Right, and folks, in today's video we're going to look at finding the nth term of a sequence. Now, to start this, we're going to look at finding out what the sequence increases or decreases by to go to each term. So if we look at this one, from 8 to 15, we can see that's adding 7. From 15 to 22, the same again, it's also add 7. And this continues as well for 22 to 29. We're adding 7 each time. Now that 7 goes in front of our n to give us 7n. But we haven't quite finished yet. We still need to find out what goes on the end, what we might call a 0 term. Now to find the 0 term, we start at that 8, but instead of adding 7 and going forwards, we go the opposite way, go backwards and do the opposite to adding 7. So we take away 7 from that 8 and we get 1, more specifically positive 1. Not a negative 1, it's plus 1. And we add that 1 onto the end of our 7n and we get 7n, add 1 as our nth term. Now, something extra you can do at the end once you found that nth term, 7n plus 1, is you can check if it works for one of these terms. We're going to pick 15. Now 15 is the second term. So over here we're going to check. We're going to check it works. So 15 is the second term. If it's the second term, that means n is equal to 2. And remember, this is a check to see if you got it right. So if n is equal to 2, well, 7n becomes 7 times 2. And we can't forget about that add 1 at the end. Add 1. Well, 7 times 2 is 14. Add on the 1 and we get 15. So because we've got 15 as our check, and it's 15 was the term we were looking for, the second term, it's worked. The check is correct. We found the nth term of that sequence. Let's look at one more example then, finding the nth term of this sequence this time. Again, we're going to look at what we do to get from 4 to 9, from 9 to 14, and so on. Well, to go from 4 to 9, we add on 5. From 9 to 14, add on 5, and so on, 14 to 19, and 19 to 24. Now remember from last time then that plus 5, or the 5, goes in front of the n, so we get 5n. And we then have to go backwards from that 4, doing the opposite of what we did here. Opposite of adding 5, so we take away 5. 4 take away 5 gives us minus 1. Now we had a plus 1 before, but this one's a minus 1. So our nth term becomes 5n minus 1. Okay? As before then, we'll check. We'll apply a check to this. This time we will check 19, which is the first, second, third. 19 is the fourth term. So we're checking 19, which is the fourth term, which means n equals 4. Well, let's put n equals 4 into this, 5n minus 1 then. So we do 5 times n, which is 4. Sorry, not add 1, take away 1, I think I said. Take away 1, well 5 times 4 is 20. Take away that 1 and we get 19. Just about fit on the page. So we've got 19 and that was what we were checking, the fourth term. Therefore we're happy, the check works. We found our nth term before, 7n plus 1. On the second example, 5n minus 1. Okay, watch this again if you need to recap that. Watch it a third time if possible. Maybe play it slower, pause it, take some notes, but it's time now for you to practice some of your own.